It might sound shocking to you, but they feel everything that you feel. I know you are searching for ways to manifest your specific person. That is why I am here to share with you a very important lesson that I recently came across while reading Neville Goddard's lectures. After understanding this, your desire will become a reality in no time. They will change their behavior and confess their feelings towards you. This one little teaching has changed my perspective when it comes to manifesting, and it will definitely benefit you as well. You probably have heard that the reality that you are trying to manifest already exists. By hearing this, you might feel confused. You might think that when I look around myself, I cannot see the things that I desire. I want that specific person to be with me. I want that money. I want that house. But as I look around myself, I don't see my specific person. I am still living in the same house, and I still don't have the desired amount of money in my bank account. Are all these guys high on watermelon juice? They say it already exists, but where? It is not here. Well, I was also having such questions. I too was on the same wavelength. Then I read a lecture by Neville Goddard that he gave in 1969. The title was Believe It In. In the scriptures, it is written that all things are possible to him who believes. But we often struggle with believing. We wonder how to believe when reason denies it, my senses deny it, everything denies it. Well, this comes to the mind of every person who comes across manifestation. Every person who has a success story by applying the law has also had this question once in their lifetime, and it will get cleared today. The lecture starts with Neville Goddard mentioning, the objective reality of this world is solely produced by the human imagination, in which all things exist. Further, he adds, all things exist in God, and he exists in you, and you exist in him. Your eternal body is the human imagination, and that is God himself. Your imagination is an actual body in which everything is contained. When you imagine, the thing itself comes out of that divine body. So, if you look at these statements carefully, you will understand the secrets of manifestation. Neville says that your imagination is eternal and contains everything. The relationship that you desire with your specific person also exists there. Your separation from your specific person also exists there. You living in your new house also exists there. And you having your desired amount of money also exists there. Everything is contained within your imagination, and it is your actual body. Anything that you can imagine exists. By imagining, you become one with that possibility. Your imaginary activity is the one and only cause of your life. That is why you hear people say that if you can imagine it, then you can have it. Right now, you might not have your desire because you are in a reality that you manifested a long time ago. You probably have forgotten it, but right now you have what you prayed for before. You manifested it by imagining your current scenarios. You might be saying that, but I did not visualize it. Well, I agree with you. You didn't visualize your current scenario, but you might have thought about them and persisted in them. Your imagination is not limited to visualization alone. There are other dimensions to it. The words you speak internally are also your imagination. If you touch and feel something internally, then it is also your imagination. In short, anything that you experience without the aid of your physical senses is imagination. Today's problems are yesterday's solutions. Today's solutions will be tomorrow's problems, and this cycle will go on forever. So, manifest what you like. Move your attention towards the state of the wish fulfilled. Take your attention away from your undesirable state, and see the magic. By looking through your mortal eyes, you might not be able to see your desired reality right away in this present moment. But it exists. If you can imagine it, then it exists. Anything you can imagine can be manifest. If you can imagine your specific person holding your hands and hear them telling you that they love you a lot, then it also exists. And you will be able to experience it by consciously moving your attention to the desired reality internally. The key is to live internally as if your specific person is already in a relationship with you. You have to think as if they like you a lot and always want to be around you. You have to believe in your vision, and you will be able to believe it once the movement starts happening. The movement will only take place when you imagine the desired outcomes. You are always imagining one thing or another, and at the majority of times those scenes are undesirable, and you think from a negative point of view. You have to change that point of view to a positive one, and things will start moving in your favor. Stop saying that you will get together with your specific person. You are not going to get together if you say so. This might sound shocking, but it is like that only. You don't have to say that something will happen in the future, as the future does not exist. Only the present moment exists, and you have to claim that you are already together with your specific person in the present moment. This is the only way you manifest things into reality. Even Neville mentions this in his lecture. To say, I am going to be rich, will not make it happen. You must believe riches in by claiming within yourself, I am rich. You must believe in the present tense, because the active, creative power that you are, is God. He is your awareness, and God alone acts and is. You have to believe it in rather than believe in it. You have to think as if it has happened, not that it will happen. When you think that it will happen, you delay it. I know you might think that people who say this are gone nuts, but these people have experienced something. They have gotten something by doing so, and therefore they are sharing their experiences. Many of the people who are watching this video right now have also experienced the law working for themselves. I want you to share your experiences in the comments section, as by writing them down, you will somehow remember what you did at that moment that made it manifest for you. You will recognize it, and it will be a light bulb moment for you. To attempt to change the circumstances of your life before you change its imagined activity is to labor in vain. So, stop doing it. Your circumstances can be changed. Your circumstances can change right before your eyes only when you change the way you imagine them. Right now, your specific person might not be talking to you. They might have been in no contact with you for the past few months. I know you might have reached out to them, but you got a cold response from them. It happened because you didn't change their subjective image in your mind. Also, I know it feels like you are a fool that you are imagining being with your specific person when, in current scenarios, your specific person is in a no-contact situation. I know what you are thinking, but as per Neville's teachings, imagining already being with them is the only way you manifest that contact and that relationship experience with them. At the start, it might feel like you are lying to yourself, but if you persist in that imaginal experience, the movement happens, and when the movement happens, you start developing faith. When you start developing faith, you start living more and more from your imaginal state, and everything starts conforming. When I say all things exist in the human imagination, I mean infinite states. Everything possible for you to experience now exists in you as a state of which you are its operant power. Only you can make a state come alive. You must enter a state and animate it in order for it to picture itself in your world. You may then go back to sleep and think the objective fact is more real than the subjective state into which you have entered. But may I tell you, all states exist in the imagination. When a state is entered subjectively, it becomes objective in your vegetative world, where it will wax and wane and disappear. But its eternal form will remain forever and can be reanimated and brought back into being through the seed of contemplative thought. So I tell you, the most creative thing in you is to enter a state and believe it into being. Your specific person will feel everything that you feel. When you feel that they no longer want you, they won't desire you. They will think of getting away from you, as everything is connected. When thinking and feeling as if they are not interested in you, you enter a state and animate it. You make that state alive in your world, and you experience all the circumstances that are there in that specific state. Your specific person also feels that way. In order to change that, enter a beautiful state where they are in your arms, looking at you with their beautiful eyes, appreciating you, and enjoying the wonderful weather. Kiss them and see their expressions changing. Hear them telling you that you are a blessing to their lives. Hear them telling you that you are the best thing that has ever happened to them. See them as you desire. Think only from the end of being in a relationship. Negative thoughts will come. You will think that they dislike me or that they can find someone better. But remind yourself that these thoughts have no power over you, as they are already in a relationship with you and they like you a lot. You are the only one they are attracted to, and they confess that they will never find someone like you. Also, during this time, you will encounter thoughts such as when it will happen and when I will be able to experience it. Well, during these moments, you have to remind yourself that it has already happened. You experienced it. Your imagination is your reality. You have seen it with your immortal eyes, felt it with your immortal body, and heard it with your immortal ears. Stop thinking about when and how. Start living as if it has already happened. Also, if you struggle with imagining, I have designed a guided meditation to manifest a call from a specific person. Many people got results from it. They have mentioned them in the comments section of that video. Just click on the first video that appears at the end of the screen to manifest a call from your specific person.